Okay, thank you for joining the live lesson, year 5. So today we moved on from looking at angles to looking at actually how we could group some of these shapes. We had a really good discussion about shapes and how we might describe different shapes. We talked about 2D and 3D. And then we focused in on 2D shapes and said, actually, we're having a look at whether they're going to be regular or irregular. And together we came up with these definitions that a regular shape needs to have all of the sides and all of the angles the same. So they have to be the same length, the same size angles, and they all have to be like that to be regular. An irregular shape is any shape that doesn't have all the sides and all the angles the same. And we looked at some examples together, okay, and this is one of your activities on the worksheet today. We looked at each of these. They could all be described as triangles, but one of them is regular and two are irregular. And then we looked at these ones. Okay, we looked at we said that they've got 4 sides. They could all be called quadrilaterals. Okay, but actually only one of these is regular. And we discussed that actually this rectangle has got all the angles the same, but we noticed that all the sides weren't the same length, so we couldn't call it a regular shape. So the square was the only one that's regular. Okay, we looked then at these other shapes. So all of these have got 5 sides. They're all pentagons. Okay, this one might look like how we would normally see a pentagon. That's because that's a regular pentagon. But actually, all of these are pentagons too, because they've both got 5 sides. So we're thinking about regular and irregular. Which ones, okay, have got the same size, length, and same size sides and same size angles. Okay, and there are then some questions for you to have a look at, which are on the worksheet, and some sorting. You could either label these on the worksheet, okay, or you could take a picture, draw the table out in your book, and draw them in, and then send a separate picture in. That's absolutely fine. Okay, but I want you to really think about that. I want to see a definition. Okay, I want to see these definitions written out today, and then your sorting activities, introduction to regular and irregular shapes. Okay, and I look forward to seeing that on Class Dojo.